Regarding the 2025 federal government budget of Prime Minister Mark Carney, investment is good. How that investment occurs is something else. If we will cut social programs and government programs in order to fund investments for large corporations, which will lead to a greater concentration of wealth in the hands of the few, I don't think that this is what most Canadian working people want. I am pro-industry, pro-economic development, always have been. And I believe that we have traded our resources, most notably oil and gas, for far too long, for far too cheap, without getting the bang for our buck that we deserve. I would like to give the Prime Minister the benefit of the doubt and his government that these investments will go towards strengthening the Canadian working and middle class. They are one and the same after all. Perhaps it's slightly too soon to tell. Time will tell. One thing is for certain, I want whatever is best for Canadians, for Albertans. I'm an Albertan, I'm a Canadian. For those of us who work for a living, for those of us who don't sit somewhere outside of this country on some yacht, making phone calls and moving millions and billions around on behalf of those people who work in Edmonton, Calgary, and elsewhere in this country. Investment is never a bad thing, but if it is the working and middle class that are going to shoulder the weight of this, then it is a bad thing. This budget offers itself as that of a red conservative government, something that perhaps former Prime Minister Stephen Harper might have endorsed. Now you might think, well, things were much better under Harper, but also you have to look at the geopolitical circumstances of that time and the fact that oil traded at a much higher price than it does now, which is a key resource of the Canadian economy. Canada desperately needs to diversify its economy. It is decades behind when doing so. There's absolutely no way that Canada and Alberta should be in the position that they're in with these many natural resources at their disposal. I have always said from the time that I was an undergrad in political science 20 years ago that it is absolutely foolhardy for Canada to depend on one trading partner and to buy its security by offering cheap resources to the world's eminent superpower to the south. I always believed that Canada should take charge of its defense, fund its military. I do support funding our military. However, it's important to understand where that mentality comes from. Having experienced war as a child in Bosnia, Herzegovina, and former Yugoslavia, I have seen what it means for an unarmed population to be attacked and have no means to defend themselves. If you think that the military is a problem, then you must ask yourself the question, are you willing to do what's necessary to defend your home, your neighborhood, your community, if the time comes? In regards to cutting federal government jobs, I will just say this. I attempt to deal with the Canada Revenue Agency often when I do tax returns, and I have not been able to reach them now for weeks to ask questions. You simply cannot speak to an agent. There is no option to press to speak to one. You only have the automated system, so you're kind of fresh out of luck. And the reasoning that we're all given is we're understaffed. How the whole better tax collection will occur with this situation is beyond me. We need more Canada Revenue Agency staff, not less. I certainly hope that will be addressed by the Prime Minister's government. But hey, let's see. Let's give it a chance. See what happens.